Well, let's go into the last session. He has closed out our conference before. He's going to bring the heat and bring the value. Let's go to Mr. Robert Hollis. Robert, take it away.
Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. I am so super excited to be able to talk to you guys via this virtual convention. I want to thank ANMP and also Tom Chenault and also Garrett McGrath. I really, really appreciate both of you and also everyone that's a part of ANMP. Wow, 5 years ago, I was blessed to be able to speak at this convention, and to be asked back again is just an incredible honor. I'm grateful, and I just want to do my best to share with you guys why I'm so excited. So anyway, 33 years ago, I got involved in this industry, and I was a mechanic. You know what? I didn't know anything about network marketing or anything like that. So I was extremely introverted. And, you know, when they tell you to go out and talk to your family and friends, it was like all three of them. And I'm just like, wow, you know what? I look at how much this industry is growing. And one of the things that my mentors told me 33 years ago that is more important today than ever is he said, Robert, if you learn to get great at this industry, that I'll tell you what, you're going to write your ticket for the rest of your life. And my subject that I want to share with you guys when I was thinking of what I would want to share with everyone that's a part of this is right now we know a lot of companies that say, you know what, this is perfect timing. It's a perfect timing. It's perfect place at the perfect time. There's no, I mean, in history, I believe that right now is the time that everyone is going to look at this industry and look at it way, way different. You know, I don't want to say to anyone that, hey, you know, technology, using Zoom, using social media would be a way to do this business. And I want each and every one of you to understand that whatever way you're learning from your upline or for your mentors, I'm not telling you not to do that. Those things work. And if you have a leader that's documented sharing with you, you need to do the things they tell you to do. On top of that, I want to talk about the uniqueness of where we are right now in perfect timing. You know, not that anyone would want the COVID to come out, but when you think about the beautiful timing that we're in is right now just in America, you know, depending on who you listen to, what is it, 30, 40, 50 million people that are unemployed? And on top of that, I don't want to get into politics or the government. That's not my place. I don't think I'd ever be good enough in that profession. But bottom line, one of the things that they're saying is they're making up their mind who is getting checks. Some people got one check. Some people are getting multiple checks. And then the people on unemployment right now, they're really saying, you know, $600, you know, that we probably need to lower that. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, for the love of God, seriously. You know, do these people really think that an average family can take care of themselves with a couple of $100 a week? It's like, it's nuts. Even with the $1,200 check that came out, you know what I mean? Maybe it was enough money back in the day when they got first elected 30, 40, 50 years ago. But today, are you kidding me? And so right now there's so many, you know, uncertainty. There's so many people that have lost their security. They don't know if they're going to get their job back. And even if they do, they don't know how much or how many of those people are going to get their jobs back. And then they're trying to play around with the money that they actually need to survive. Why am I bringing this up? Is really, really simple. You know, to think that right now, when you see technology, I can remember the days without any cell phones and without any internet. And, you know, that was 33 years ago when I started it, and it was belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. Well, I hope that when you hear this, I hope it doesn't offend you. But you know what? Using this video right now and using Zoom, do you realize I can see your eyes? I can see the expression on your face. And you know what? My belly button doesn't need to touch yours. And so during these times, if people can really, really grasp how strong technology is. I use Zoom. And to think that I talk to people all over the world. and I'm able to do what I used to do, over a table, maybe in someone's kitchen, or, in someone's living room, or, doing one-on-ones or two-on-ones in a Denny's restaurant or a Starbucks. Right now, people are so open to learning new technologies that will allow them to bring in an extra income right at their home. And so, I have to make them aware of this. I even tell them when they first get on Zoom, which is a product that's free, zoom.us. And to think that, when I reach out to people and they go, I don't know about technology. And I go, listen, do you realize that you're watching TV right now? And when you're watching TV, it's people that are on Zoom. Al Roker, for the weather, you know what I mean? Today, good morning, today, to think that he's still doing the weather from his backyard. You know what I mean? That when they did Saturday Night Live, that, Tom Hanks, the first episode was from his kitchen in California. I'm looking at people right now with Zoom, and I want you to ask yourself this simple question. What if it doesn't have to go back? See, I watched a show and it was amazing. My wife was watching it and the guy was just blowing away. Andy Cohen, I think his name is. He does all these things on Bravo. And he was fascinated that he was talking to someone in Anchorage. He was talking to another person in Australia. I think it was all Below Deck or whatever. My wife loves watching these shows and I watch them with her. And, and then they were talking to somebody else that was in Greece and then someone that was in LA. And he was fascinated that all these people he was talking to, and he could go back and forth with him while he was sitting in New York. Just think about his simple business, not simple. You know what I mean? If he found a guest like Tom Hanks in LA, let's put together the schedules when he can fly to New York and when he can appear on the show. Secondly, fly him out. Probably doesn't want to fly commercial. You know what I mean? Put him up in a beautiful hotel, make sure his rooms and everything are there, make sure his transportation to the studio. He's got to get there early. Everyone's got to get, their makeup and their hair all done to go on for a half-hour show. Not over. Now you got to sort of entertain them now that they're in New York, make sure their transportation gets back to the hotel, and then fly them back home. And now you got this guy that, he starts every show by sitting on his deck where you can see the water behind him. And all of a sudden, he's got all these people all over the world that he can call in a split second. Hey, Tom Hanks, I'd love to have you on the show. When? Are you available tonight? Yeah, great. Let's plug you in. And so I want every one of you to sort of mentally think about embracing this change. The most successful entrepreneurs on this planet are people that can adapt. They can innovate and adapt. And what I've been able to do since the COVID business is not only I've been able to 4 times my business. It's just crazy how fast I'm teaching people how to be able to connect with people on Facebook, over 2 billion people. Do something where you can connect with them really, really nice, give them a gift, and then very simply ask them to do you a huge favor. And say, hey, listen, there's a lot of people right now. I actually say a message that is for you. Let's say you're Tom. I'll use Tom. I'll just reach out to Tom and say, listen, I was on a video conference today on a Zoom, and I thought of you. And I thought I would just reach out and just say, listen, I hope you and yours are blessed. You and Denise are blessed and safe during these uncertain times. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. And when we go back and forth in conversation of how this craziness in the world is coming about, then I very simply say, listen, Tom, during a very sad time in my life, a very low point in my life, someone gave me a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And if you don't mind, I just want to send it over to you in a PDF. And maybe when you read some of it, it'll help you with the thoughts of the future and how you can change things. Just because we're living in a crisis, I don't know if you guys realize this, but the symbol yin and yang, that has to do with martial arts, that whenever there's a crisis, there's also incredible opportunity. And the people that can adapt and overcome and be the first to market in a new way of doing business are going to be the superstars. Again, remember, as I said at the beginning, this does not mean that you totally disregard everything that you learned up to this point. This is just another way of doing the business. And so once I give them the gift, there's usually a thing called the Law of Reciprocity. And it's a law of giving. The person that, serves the most is the way to greatness. So the way to greatness is the service of many. And so what I want to do is during these uncertain times, while people are unsecure of the future and uncertain of the future, I want to give them some new mindsets, a new paradigm shift. That book rocked my world. And it made me realize that I could go out and do well. And if you guys don't know about that book, it's very simple. It's over 100 years old. And it actually was the book that inspired Think and Grow Rich. It's the book that Rhonda Byrne, actually read that gave her the idea to put together The Secret that ended up getting her on Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah and Larry King and made over $300 million. She's now considered one of the most influential people on the planet by reading that book by Wallace Wattles. So now that it's over 100 years old, I just share that to people for free. Now, here's where the really cool part comes, is when they come back and say, thank you very much, and I tell them a little bit about the book and how it changed me, I then ask them to do me a huge personal favor. I very simply just say, hey, Tom, listen, I was wondering if you could help me out. I know there's a lot of people right now that during this time are not working, or they don't know if they're going to get their job back. They're trying to figure out how to live on a portion of their income. Is there any way possible that you could help me out? I'd like to send you a short video. And I know once you watch this video, you're going to know of some people that we can help. And I very simply ask them for permission. And when they say yes, then I share the link with them. So make sure you get with the person that, is your upline or the people that are teaching you to find out what the most effective video that would be to get someone to want to look at the rest of the information so they can refer you to people. So that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been taking this, crisis where people are incredibly uncertain, unsecure. And let me go on another subject with that. Do you guys realize that, that 10%, they always talk about this 10%. Do you know that 10% of the people on the planet right now will never allow this to happen to them again? This has shook the foundation of their 401ks, their job that they thought was secure. It's really rocked them. And so even if the COVID ended tomorrow, do you guys realize that these people are saying, I'm not going to allow this to happen to me and my family ever again? And they are open-minded and they are looking. And so in the last few months, let me share something with you guys. There's been people that own franchises that I've connected with and told me that their income is virtually almost stopped. They can't go out into schools. One franchise, I forget the name of it, but they actually sell children's educational stuff to schools and churches. And no meetings, no presentations, no sales. And so on top of that, I talked to a guy that owned dry cleaners. He owned like 4 dry cleaners. Cash flow is stopped. Another person that is a surgeon. Get this, he's a surgeon, a board certified surgeon with 4 clinics, and his income has been cut by 60%. My mentor shared this with me years ago, 33 years ago. He said, Robert, you know the kind of people you want to get in your business? I said, I'm listening. He said, find people that are used to making 6 figures or more, and they have lost it. Because those people have already worked on their personal development. They've worked on their communication skills. They are confident. You don't have to tell them, hey, listen, I believe in you. You can make 6 figures. They're doing everything in their power to find a way to be able to recreate that income, to have a different cash flow. And so another thing I want you to realize is you can go to your existing people And you want to be able to help them. And you want to say, hey, listen, during these times where we're all sitting at home, if we can jump on a Zoom with people. So reach out to people that you know that are very serious people. And I'm talking about the chicken list. When you talk about a chicken list, these are people that we're always scared to connect with until we make money, until we get the right rank advance, until we get, maybe a new car or a new home. But we're always trying to find when we get to this, then I'll call Tom. Only when I get to this amount of money will I call Garrett. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to think, well, wow, what if you could use an expert from afar? And believe it or not, in this industry, an expert from afar is very simply someone that you can learn to edify and promote and get them on the Zoom. Get them on the Zoom. So again, what you could do is now you could use the same thing I just said when they're sort of interested. Then what you do is you just say, listen, let's do a group Facebook chat and answer some questions, and then see if we can all jump on a Zoom together. Right now, during the pandemic, during the summertime, last month was the best month I've ever had in 33 years of doing this profession. Because I see this as a opportunity of a lifetime. I've been doing this industry for 33 years, have been blessed to do extremely well at it. And now all of a sudden the world is going like, I gotta find a different way. And if you can show someone, because to me, the money has been great in this industry, but the biggest thing for me is the fulfillment that I get by helping somebody else know that they can secure their life, get freedom, and really be in a position to really make an impact and help other people. So I want each and every one of you is, what if the whole concept was, right now is the best time? NOW, no opportunity wasted. What if right now is really, truly the best time that you could knuckle down, really get as many people as you can, reach out to your people that you already have and say, listen, I want to share with you a way that we can connect with the most successful people you know. And let's go out there and help these people that were business owners, that are entrepreneurs, that own restaurants, and really, really go out there. One last thing I want to share with you as well is, do you know that every employee has something in common? They have a manager and a boss. So you look at all these people that are trying to figure out how they can build their business. And what they do is they don't realize with your help or someone else's help, they can actually learn to connect with somebody, give them a gift, ask them for a huge favor, introduce them to a video to get them, pique their interest more, and then get them in front of somebody that can answer their questions and help them. So right now, during these times, I'm doing 12 to 13 Zooms a day, sometimes always every half hour. And I love helping people. That's what I was put on the planet here to do. And the only other thing that I would love to share with each and every one of you is just understand that, in these times, instead of going, oh my God, everything's getting worse, just very simply ask yourself this question: how can I make this better? How can I make this better? That during these times, you can always ask yourself, do you think that everyone right now, do you believe that everyone is hurting? They're not. Some people's businesses are growing, and it's not just network marketing. Do you realize that if you could foresee the future and know that COVID was happening, I have a friend that actually sells, PPE, the personal protection stuff that, his company has gone bananas. Another one of my friends that actually sells bicycles. He had a bicycle shop, and now everyone's going, I'm gonna buy a bicycle. I'm gonna find a way to get around and not use Uber or not use Lyft or a taxi cab. I'm sure not gonna get on public transportation. So the bike industry has just gone bananas. He told me that people are calling him every day asking if he has any bikes available, and he doesn't. So there are industries that are just blowing up during this time. And one of the things that you could look at is, I talked about Zoom, ZOOM.us. The product's free. And if you looked at their stock prior to the COVID, like December of last year to this year, they're doing pretty good. So I want to just open up your mind to the concept that, this is a perfect timing for our industry. People that used to be closed-minded, that said they were too busy. A lot of people are not too busy right now. And you're looking at people that really, really need our help. So I want you to look at our profession as something like a cause. You know what I mean? That during these times, we can go out there and really help people learn this profession and learn on how proud we are of this profession. So, I don't know where I would be without this profession, but I know one thing, all the people that I've had in other countries, they would always say to me, Robert, you don't know my culture. And I'm going, what do you mean? Well, we can't use technology. You know what I mean? It's eyeball to eyeball, belly button to belly button. We're face-to-face people. We're, meeting people. And that's the way we do their business. Now they're reaching out to me all the time going, do you still build your business totally online from any device? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I'm listening. So a lot of people, believe it or not, are now capturing Zoom. And just for you to teach someone how to use a Zoom, there's a lady that I know that just had her 91st birthday. And I was blessed to be one of the people that introduced her to Zoom. And I also introduced it to her family. And now when she had her birthday, guess what? There was not only people that were in her city, but also people internationally that all got on to wish her happy birthday. This is a time that we really can believe that there's another way of doing this business, not the only way, but another way to do this business. So I just want each and every one of you to know that, it's all with your mindset and the way that you look at things. I know that you guys have already heard this from other incredible speakers, but really, truly, 90% is thinking and 10% is actually skill and action. If you don't know how to do something or you don't believe in how to do something, it doesn't matter if you got the skill if you're not going to do it. Does that make sense? So you really want to work on your mindset consistently. I was told years ago, work harder on me than anything. And so I'm so honored. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know there's some incredible leaders and speakers that are going to share with you. But again, I'm just so honored to be able to share this with you. If no one's ever giving you permission to succeed in life, to be happy and fulfilled, let me be the first. My mentors did that for me, and I'd like to do that for you. And understand that you can do this business if you really decide you want to. And when you do, you just have to find the right instructors, be open to them, listening to them, and follow their proven direction. If they've helped other people get there, they can help you get there. The biggest thing I see with success and failure in this industry is this one thing, is people are not willing to follow a proven path. They're not willing to believe in a process that got somebody there. I call it the treasure map. And if you're willing to follow the path to the treasure, you too will get treasure. Then you can show people how to follow the path. The problem is the majority of the people aren't good at following directions. They won't listen to somebody else that's successful. They're too creative. They're overthinkers. They think about thinking about thinking. To think that we're in a world today where people actually think about what other people think about them. It's nonsense, right? So I could go on and on, but I'm very, very blessed and honored to have the limited time that I have here. Again, thank you so much to the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. I'm so blessed with you guys. And I also, again, want to thank Tom Chenault and also Garrett McGrath. I believe in you. I know you can do this. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Take care and God bless, and make this the best time ever.
All right. Guys, how brilliant was Robert Hollis? Think about it, guys. Entrepreneurs figure out ways to bring solutions to problems, but just make things better, make it easier for people. So beautiful. Think about Zoom. When, a 91-year-old being introduced to it so that you have a birthday where you feel, we are physically separated, but we can be spiritually connected. Zoom is an awesome tool that sometimes people we take, you know what? We have got the curse of knowledge. We assume that everybody knows that Zoom is free and easy to use and you can use it. People don't know how easy something is until they do it. Sometimes they just have a mind block. They're blocked to it. I love that. That's such a brilliant gift to bring into someone's life. Also, I love the perspective we're bringing a different way. You know, when you've got these people, there's lots of people for whom income has become uncertain, whether it's gone to zero or it's been reduced by any percentage, because most people were living at the max of their income anyway. And we're just another way. It's just something to consider that you may want to make available. And I love the mindset. Guys, we can get so caught up in thinking about what other people are thinking about us. And they're not thinking about us at all. they're just not thinking about us at all. And we're caught in this stinking thinking trap.
And we're letting it stop us.
We are.
And it doesn't even exist.
It doesn't even exist at all. And exactly, and then you start making excuses. Stop making useless excuses. They're not just helping you at all. You can get into action. If you're looking for perfection, understand you're waiting, and perfection's the enemy of profits. And I want to say this, Robert, thank you for agreeing to finish out and share with everyone here today. I was looking at how much Richard Brooke was loving what you shared, and Tom Chenault and Jeff Simpson and so many people as we look through here, and just so much gratitude and love that you shared. And also the perspective, you know what, if it's good enough for Tom Hanks,
oh, yeah.
if Saturday Night Live are putting on shows on Zoom.
And news shows and
Al Roker. I mean, those were just epic examples. They were absolutely fantastic. So, first of all, just want to finish up here and say thank you to all of the speakers. Guys, remember, none of the speakers were paid. They all had to really work it around their very busy, overcommitted schedules in order to make this happen. So I want to thank all the speakers. I want to thank everyone that took the time to promote this. You know, I know people are still promoting today. Ticket sales are still happening today because I know people are going, oh my gosh, I had such value. Mm-hmm. I want to let my team also into this community. They can go to ANMP 2020. They can buy a ticket. Over the next week, we're going to put the translations together with the presentations so that you can watch in different languages, and we'll keep it up for 30 days after that. So that's probably going to take us to the end of September. Everyone's going to get amazing value. So I want to thank to everyone that has promoted, that is currently promoting, and that will promote.